Alright, as predicted, east coast low that's hit Brisbane, Lismore's in all sorts of strife, and now then it pushed out in the ocean and come down the coast, was predicted to hit Sydney. Oh bloody hell, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I've just been woken up. I've pulled my whole boat apart just so I can keep the bilges going and check everything, and plus I just got water and shit everywhere. So this is what's going on. 3 o'clock in the morning, the rain's just hit. I'll just flick this outside, and it is absolutely tearing down. The bloody, there'll be a boat going down here. Yeah, that's it out there too. Just got absolutely tearing all night. Oh, Betsy, yeah, she'd be flooding. That's the back deck. She's just pouring with water. I'll have to jump down and pump Betsy out in a minute actually. Because she hasn't got a float switch on it for the bilge, so I'll have to get down and give her a little pump out. That's a little update. That's what's going on. I might even do a full video of this. I'm going down today sometime too to help a mate been helping me fix a little houseboat, so we're going to drop it back in the water, and we're supposed to be driving it back up to into Barawa, so I don't know if we're going to do that with all this freaking rain around, but I'll film it anyway. We'll get some footage of the river in flood. Whew, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll give you a little update in a minute. 6 o'clock, 3 hours later, and I'll just go straight out the same windows. Not much has changed. It is just absolutely tearing down. Bloody hell, man. There's water everywhere. So I'll give Betsy a minute. I'll just wait till I get further. I won't even go out there. It's not worth it. But I might even wait. I'll wait till first light, and I might even get out and pump Betsy out and get her cleaned up so she don't sink to the bottom, the old girl. But yeah, it hasn't stopped for 3 hours, just pouring down. So I reckon we're probably had 100 mil of rain the last 3 hours. I'll do a little. I'm going to get on the net now and look, see if the how Windsor Bridge and North Richmond Bridge is going up the top of the river, the Colo River. I think Warragamba Dam was predicted the flood to start spilling tonight, or like this morning. I'll check all that and see how it's going. Then I'm going to go down to Brooklyn today, do this houseboat thing, and then I might go up into Windsor and spend the weekend up there and film a bit of the river in flood. Freaking unbelievable. She's definitely a flood though. Righto, first light up though. It's not first light now. It's about 6:30, 7:15. Here the mountains are just, you can hear the water running down the mountains, tearing in. That waterfall over near the ferry, it's cranking. Oh, Betsy's near gone under. I'll jump in her now and pump her out. But fuck, we've just had some friggin' rain. It's only the start of it. No, it's a bit of a worry when your boat's that full of water, your fuel tank's floating. She had some in it, but yeah, that's it. That's the weather. It is absolutely terrible here, and more to come. Doesn't even. I think it looks bright, but I'll tell you what, it's dark. Them clouds that we're seeing there through this camera, freaking hell, all good. I don't know if anyone knows, but the creek beside the boat ramp, you check this little baby out. Holy freaking dooly. It's pouring out of here. It's like a rapid. It's unbelievable. Fuck. That's some water. It's not even just the hill there, look at that, just unbelievable. Those little mission. Boat back in. And driving it back up the, oh shit. Driving it back up into Barella. We're away. I didn't film much of that, it was pretty hectic getting out of there. But we're heading up to the bridges now. Just got to battle this. This is with this 110 mil of rain we've just had. And now we're heading back straight into it. Shouldn't be too bad. Nelson's Passage, pretty full. Far point, this is looking too bad here at the moment. There's a bit of shit around. One lone little seagull over the belt. Not too bad, but it's starting to come down now. We made it back to Brower. Gone up, done our run. It's absolutely terrible here now. It's friggin' torrential. I'm just in here. I pulled the whole boat apart, checking all the bilges. I'm out of here. I'm bailing back to the Hawkesbury for a couple of days. Going to stay there with the old girls and have a look up the river and watch it flood up there. But this joint is absolutely horrendous. It is murder. Anyway. See what happens now, so I'll just pack up now. I've got old Bets's, so I'm going to pull her out. I've got to put a float switch on there because she lives on the river now, so yeah, she's struggling. She already leaks from bloody all the crabbing I've done over the years smashing against the rocks, but yeah, it is friggin' terrible. And the water's running. I'll just hold that still. For Barrow, that is friggin', it's running like bloody. It's running like up at Wiseman's Ferry and that now. It's friggin' belting through here. Tide's right up. What can you do? Mother. Oh, mother's put her on. All good. Let's go to Windsor. We'll go to the Hawkesbury and film some shit there. Get back into her again. Beauty. Well, that was a pretty full-on drive last night from Barrow into Windsor. A few aquaplanes across the road a few times, but I'm in Windsor. This is it. She is running like a bugger. Unbelievable it is. That low pressure system's just missed us too, so it's not going to be as bad as what they're predicting. But still, it's about the same as last year, I think. 12 metres or somebody. I'll take you for a bit of a tour through the town now, through Windsor. It is underwater, but this is Windsor Bridge, the new bridge. She's gone. I'll just stand back here. That's the top of the bridge. All the Channel 9 and all the bloody TV stations are here carrying on about it, doing all their interviews. They do all the interviews in front of the bridge. You're gone. Yeah, that's right. That's the back of the bridge. You should come down behind it. Along, I think this is the start of the terrace. It is. So the terrace road, the little walkway everyone bloody walks along. And the start of terrace. She's belting in there. Well, this is Cable Street and the terrace. I've come in this morning and she's flowing now. That's up the main street. Inundating the whole street here now. Here's my old mate. This is Hawkesbury Valley Way anyway. This is in between the two golf courses, Rumcourt Barracks and Windsor Golf Course, on the way to Richmond. She's chockers. These are all the tractors and the trucks and everything from down the lowlands, all the turf farmers, so they've come up. Oh, we've got a bit of a bubbly pipe here. But yeah, so they'll move up here because of the, obviously the flood, bring all them, park all their shit here. That's the road down to our Windsor boat ramp. She's cooked. Boys have police boat here, been out doing a little mission. Oh well, we'll keep going. Get back to another one. Start to piss down again, so I'm out of here. Yeah, so a little cut on my leg gets infected from the flood water running around in it, and this is what happens. Not good. No, it's alright. A couple more days of it. Come in twice a day. On the drip, put an antibiotic for me. Not too bad. Go look at some floods this Harvey. Should be down now. Starting to dissipate. So hopefully there's more rain coming. Fucking unbelievable, man. I've never seen or heard it rain so hard for so long. After the fact, this is this next front that's coming from the sun. We'll get the arrows back in here. It's been pouring down for hours, solid full-on rain. And this water's going to be rising majorly again. Whether it's manipulation or something's going, bring it down. Well, that next front come through and look what's happened. It is friggin' massive now. This is Wednesday morning. Probably one of the peaks anyway, top of tide in about 40 minutes. It's only a small tide though, so it's lucky we've dodged a few bullets actually. With the low pressure system we missed, another big storm we missed, and week before proper king tides 1.8, so they're only 0.8s and 0.6s at the moment. But have a look at this. That's the bridge. It's Kennedy Shed, Turf Farms. The old house over there, friggin' hell, man. If anyone knows this area, it is the mass water. It's unbelievable. They're saying it's going to be 14. Peak at 14, which is 78 sort of flood. Friggin' hell. Unbelievable, huh? Well, what a week. 1 week. It's 1 week and a day. I left last Wednesday, so I'm back on Gypsy now. Me and got a heap of shit, heap of stuff to put away. Open her up, let her dry out. The water up Windsor in the Hawkesbury now is starting to come down, so everything's okay. Well, not really okay, but bloody, well, I've never seen so much water in my bloody life. But back down here now to sort this boat out, let it dry out, and I've got probably pulled the carpets out. I think I've got a fair bit of water through it from the heavy rain, and doing a run to Brow this afternoon. Drop a boat down there, and I'll get some footage of the river from here to Brooklyn. Dropping a boat down Brooklyn, so I'll get some footage of the river from here to Brooklyn, and yeah, it should be a fun ride actually. Still a heap of stuff. Windsor's still under, all the bridges are still under. I think it'll be sort of Monday. Today's Thursday, I reckon Monday before they're subsiding down. So let's head down to Brooklyn, have a look on the main river. Well, we're at Bar Point now, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty bloody calm. There's nothing at all. I think everything's washed out from the last 2 floods, and it's just water coming down basically. There's a few bits of debris, but friggin' nothing. It's what it should be. Got a bit of a casualty. Bit of a horse float. A bloody cabin or something there, an old houseboat. There they go there. A lot of stuff down here. That's the back of Nelson. Just in the eddy there, and it's washed back up. Now we've made it down to Brooklyn. That's that boat. This yacht come from bloody, it's floated down from Wiseman's Ferry. Someone's tied it up over there. Anyway, we've made it to Brooklyn. Wasn't a bad run. Drop this boat, I'll pull it out of the water, and then we're heading back. Well, I'll tell you what, that was pretty hectic coming through there with a towing a houseboat. She's in there now, look. Coming down through just under the bridge and then through the gut. It's bloody. We come into an eddy that actually spun the houseboat around. I had to push him back in course and ducking through these cruisers here. That big black one sort of got in our road, but no, we got her in there. Heart was pounding a fair bit, but we got her there. Now we're going to head back into Brower, come back down and sort it out in a couple of days. I need a beer after that, friggin' hell.